Oh my goodness, guys, if you are excited just as much as me about this upcoming live event and the rest of the season, make sure to smash a like, obliterate that like button, and subscribe to make sure you never miss anything coming your way, as we're gonna surely have lots and lots of Fortnite updates, news, and information coming your way very soon. What you saw in the opening scene of this video was the latest event teaser. Yes, it feels good to get those again, but this was tweeted out around noon EST and basically just depicts the very first glimpse into this event. A few questions I have about this. Who is the woman in the video who says battle station's ready? There is at least one other voice in there as well, a male voice, more on that later. And then of course the ending scene confirms what we already knew. It gives us the logo, the symbol of the Mecha team leader, which is of course the robot from Chapter 1 Season 9, which is confirmed to come back in some sort of battle. Now back to who those voices belong to in the teaser. It is actually confirmed that within the event, we have a list of names for characters who are going to have voice lines during this event. These characters are Paradigm, Origin, Foundation, Sloan, and the Computer. As Mr. Egyptian Leaker himself points out, the Computer is most likely something like the Chapter 2 Season 8 event when there was a sound saying,
rotation at 30 degrees.
Man, was that voice annoying. It's especially interesting to see that Paradigm herself has some voice logs, and that's why I think this unidentified female voice, which sounds extremely new, is that of Paradigm. Remember, all the way up until this point, Paradigm has not said a word. If I show you this tweet from this random guy right here, you probably don't know why I'm showing it to you. You probably don't think it matters, but think again. This is actually the composer behind many of Fortnite's events. He chimes in on Twitter, quote tweeting Fortnite's teaser and says, "You're not ready for this one. Often overlooked, I swear to you, the event music matters so much. You take a look at events like The Device, The End, The Final Showdown, the list goes on and on, but one thing those events all had in common was great music. To me, it bodes well overall that the composer behind the event's music is saying that we're not ready for it." Now, there are going to be cosmetics for this event in the item shop, and these are going to be the backgrounds for the cosmetics that will be, I guess, event exclusives. That's what I would guess. I wonder what they might be, right? So there's two different backgrounds. I wonder if one of them could be the newly reimagined Paradigm skin, because that is what this appears to be. When I made my video early this morning, it was right at the break of the news, so after thinking about it a little bit, it definitely makes sense that this is Paradigm, and I've seen a lot of people floating the idea around so far today that this could be her piloting suit. Or maybe it's just simply an updated version of Paradigm, and if that's the case, I would imagine that maybe the scientist and the visitor would sort of get some updates at some point soon as well. The Origin, the Foundation, the Imagined, and the Order are obviously the four that look the most alike, and it seems like the earlier ones just sort of are getting phased out. For all you people out there who were really upset that you didn't get your hands on the Paradigm, well, I guess she's technically coming back, so you might as well go get that last member of the 7 if you don't have her. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to point out, the music that you're listening to right now is actually the pre-game music for the event. So this is what you'll hear, I guess, in the lobby or right before the event in-game. Not quite sure, but this is indeed part of the event music that you're listening to in the background right now. How cool is that? A very under-the-radar update today was that in Command Cavern, there is a new secret lair or room or cave, whatever you want to call it, okay? It doesn't seem to be that big of a deal because apparently it's only good for like a few quests that you gotta do. There's like some hologram table in there you have to interact with. Who knows what this room is ultimately gonna be used for? It looks like some sort of a control room, but what it's used for is besides the point. The point, and the reason I bring this up, is that if they are revealing secret areas now, and we know that they've previously revealed unreleased areas in Command Cavern, that bodes well for us eventually getting inside that big vault there and seeing what's in there, whether it be the Caddis or Colombo or anything else. As the leaks have come in today and as we've been reading more and learning more, I noticed one thing that is definitely strange. The Mech is confirmed to come back. We know it for a fact. Bet my life on it. But the Caddis, it hasn't had any mentions. No leaks, nothing. I mean, yes, there were some leaks earlier in the season, like maybe even earlier last season, like a long time ago, and the Devourer's body is on the map. But in this update, I can't seem to find anything that is a new reference or new mention of the caddis. And maybe I'm wrong, but even so, it's still not being pushed nearly as hard as this mech. And that leads us to this comment from Caramel Junkie. I first thought the device was meant to control the caddis monster, but by the sound of the voice lines, I now think that the IO will use the caddis monster to fight the 7 while the Doomsday device does its work. I like this, and the reason I like this is because I don't think that even if the caddis comes back, it's gonna be the biggest part of the battle, right? I think that would just be kind of like a side thing that happens, maybe as a distraction of some sort, while the IO uses the Doomsday device to try and do its work, because the caddis has already failed against the mech, maybe diminishing some confidence in its ability to get the job done. But also, the more I think about it, I don't think they would just repeat the exact same event. Link all that up with the lack of mentions for the caddis in this update, and I think what we could be looking at is this scenario like Caramel has outlined, or even literally just no caddis. That is a possibility. It's interesting to me that they gave this device, POI, a really unique nickname. They could have just said Doomsday or something else like that, right? Something really generic, but they went with the collider. Collide, collision, these words are kind of typical and expected within Fortnite, and they've done this and used this word a lot. I mean, Chapter 1, Season 5 was Worlds Collide. Ever since then, we've been having different realities. Worlds collide with each other with all these collaborations coming into the game. Maybe the collider is some sort of infusion of multiple maps, maybe linking some maps and some POIs together, changing some things up. Maybe it's called the collider because building it will cause a massive collision in battle. I don't know, what do you guys think? It could be any number of things, but I think the name of it is especially important to consider and weigh as we go forward with our theories. This upcoming event countdown should go live soon. I don't know when exactly, and I don't know how far in advance they plan to start it, but at some point we'll see it. I am just super stoked about it. There's any number of ways this thing can pan out, and it's so interesting to think about all the different ways it could. This update has given us an influx of information that we now are trying to decipher. As always, I encourage you to leave your thoughts in the description down below for a chance at being featured in an upcoming video. If you made it this far in the video, be sure to comment down below massive dump truck. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to stop back by. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe and drop a like. We're coming at you daily with the latest and greatest Fortnite news, theories, and developments. Click on to the next video to keep the party rolling, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.